So the project began when representatives from the Wye Salmon Association contacted us at Cardiff University seeking advice about ways of measuring phosphate in rivers. They'd noticed that their catch numbers and sizes were dropping and were trying to find out why that was by looking more closely at environmental factors. And it became clear that there was the potential for almost an army of citizen scientists who were really interested in solving some problems on the Wye. So my colleague Rue Perkins and I got together and started thinking about what we could usefully do to support some of these citizen scientists. So we had funding from the Natural Environment Research Council as part of a engagement projects for Wales fund. Using that funding, we were able to second our PhD student, purchase some citizen science monitoring equipment, and also purchase in situ monitoring devices which collect data all the time, and then came up with some different monitoring practices. And after that, we realised that the main problem would be that all this data would be gathered and no one would be looking at it. So working with the Wye and Usk Foundation, we tracked down the catchment advisors for the Environment Agency and for Natural Resources Wales, involved them in our discussions. We worked with the groups to try and find a way of reporting their data that was easy, so we settled on a free-to-use app.
We're looking here today at a fairly depressing river. It's well documented the amount of outflows that go into the river that is a danger to health. We've done some work on things like E. coli sampling on the river and demonstrated that at certain times of the year the river is not suitable for swimming. You know, that clearly reduces the amount of benefit that should come to the tourism industry. You know, it'll impact on hotels and shops and the economy of the river as well.
Yeah, so it is a complicated picture. On the Wye, there are many different factors that are influencing its issues. The majority of its issues are coming from agricultural sources, but of course, you know, the population's centres will be having an impact through the sewage overflows.
What was key to us in this project was we were not the data receivers, we're just the data conduit to ensure the data that the citizen scientists gather is of sufficiently good standard that regulators can look at it and take it seriously. The agencies are now taking these citizen science data seriously, and that's been super exciting to us.
Yeah, so the data is being used in our Wye integrated reports, and this then feeds back into where we monitor, but also targeting work that might be carried out both with farm visits and project work as well with partners within the Wye Catchment Partnership, which is another really great resource that citizen scientists are feeding back into.
Since the project, we've expanded across the UK. We're working with the Angling Trust, who have engaged a huge army of citizen scientists across the country, and they're now being viewed as an asset, and that's the thing I'm really proudest of.